Hi everyone, this is William from the Godzilla Files coming at you today to talk to you about various media and action figures that you will see that you can find Gigan in. I'm going to be starting off with video games because I'm at my apartment right now. As the day goes on, I got to go to my mom's, and I'm actually going to show you some of my old action figures of Gigan. So hopefully I can find some. I believe I still have some Trim Masters left. But for now, let's get started with probably the oldest game that I own for Godzilla, and that is the NES classic Godzilla Monster of Monsters. While you will find Gigan in this game, you won't be able to play as him. You play as Godzilla or Mothra, you go through levels, and you run into enemies throughout the board, on the board. So it's a pretty interesting game. It's definitely good for its time. I strongly recommend it if you can find it for a good price. I actually found it on in a classic video game store on 23 and Wayne. So yeah, I definitely recommend picking this up. I haven't been able to find or get to Gigan yet, so I don't know how hard he is, but I have heard he's pretty difficult. So when I do get to him, hopefully I'll be able to beat him. But yeah. Overall, so far, I really do like this game, considering that it is an NES game. Now we're going to jump. While I didn't have an NES growing up, I had Sega Genesis and PlayStation. So my next Godzilla game wasn't until, or I should say my first Godzilla game wasn't until Godzilla Saved the Earth. I was super jealous of all my friends who had a GameCube, and they had the Godzilla Destroy All Monsters, and also my friends that had one friend that had an Xbox with Destroy All Monsters Melee. So, when this finally was announced, I was so excited. This is probably the best Atari Pipeworks Godzilla game that they released in their trilogy. Had a ton of more monsters than the first one did. Had some pretty obscure ones, at the time, like Jet Jaguar, and even Mothra. Not Mothra, Ebra. He just ones that you would not expect. So yeah, this was a lot of fun. This is definitely more of a brawler. So all the monsters are pretty fast. The way they attack, it's not what you would see in a movie, put it that way. And that's key to this. This is one of the big differences between this one and another game that's coming up, that this is a fighter. So I strongly recommend, if you're looking for something to pop in with your friends, I think this is 1 to 4 players. This is definitely the game for you. It's fun. Anyone can really pick it up and play. It's not as complicated as other games, as other fighting games, so that's a good thing. But it can become complicated if you actually go look at the movesets. So every monster has a moveset. So if you actually want to learn how to use them, you can in an actual game manual, which you don't see anymore. It's crazy. So strongly recommend picking this up if you can find it somewhere. Definitely think you would enjoy it. And my final game in my Godzilla collection is Godzilla for the PlayStation 4. I actually really enjoy this game, and as I'm going to start talking about it, you'll actually see me play. So yeah, I'll talk about it a little bit more as we watch me try to beat Jet Jaguar. Hi everybody, what you're seeing is footage from a player versus player online match. I was Gigan, and the person that I was fighting was Jet Jaguar. This was kind of when I first started playing, and I was kind of messing around. Now if you go online like how I did, you'd probably get killed by someone using Destroya. But, I'm using this clip because of the fact that it is Gigan, and that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I know this game has a very mixed reaction, or gets a mixed reaction from Godzilla fans, and I'm not really sure why. I love the game. I think it's amazing. I love the fact that we're getting a Godzilla game in 2016. You know what I mean? Like on the PlayStation 4. It's great. And I support it, I bought it, and I haven't really looked back since. Now, it is a completely different game than, let's say, the Atari trilogy that came out. for like the PlayStation 2 and Xbox. You know, so I can understand fans being upset about that. I remember correctly, the game was called Godzilla Verse in Japan. So they almost made it seem like it was a brawler or a fighter, like how, back in the day, like on the PlayStation 2. So if you were expecting that, I can totally understand why you were upset about this game. You know, but if you weren't expecting that, like I didn't know what to expect. I kind of didn't really read anything about it, um, other than I should look at it as a simulator, almost like Godzilla Generations from the Sega Dreamcast, I believe. So I had that mindset going into the game, and I think that's the mindset you should go into it because that's what it is. It feels like you're that giant monster. You're not going to be able to run around the arena or area that you fight in like you did in Godzilla Save the Earth. It's just not. It's just not the way the game is meant to be played. So, I enjoyed this game a lot. I love the little things, especially if you're a Godzilla fan. This game is kind of like almost like a love letter to you. And I have a funny feeling a lot of reviewers did not know certain things, like when you fought against the Super X2 from Godzilla vs. Biollante, and if you were using Godzilla, and you shot your atomic ray at it, it would actually bounce back at you if it was open, like it did in the movie. Love that. If you were fighting Mechagodzilla as Godzilla, you can actually rip off its head, and underneath would be a little robot brain, like in Terror of Mechagodzilla. Like those little things, it's amazing that they're in there, and I love it. Like, I could talk on and on about this. I platinumed the game. That's how much I liked it. Yes, it's grinding, and yes, it has its shortcomings with the story, and gameplay in the sense where you're pretty much destroying generators through the whole thing, and then waiting for the monsters to come. So I would definitely agree that like that piece had its issues. Online, it is what it is. That's online is always difficult to judge. So but yeah, I loved it. Definitely would recommend picking it up if you can find it cheap. So I do have some figures here and one other cool little artwork that I want to show before I left today. And the first thing I'm going to bring up is these Godzilla Chibi characters I got from my girlfriend. I was at Chiller, I think about 2 weekends ago, maybe last weekend. God, that's bad. Can't remember. But I picked this up for her. I sent a photo of it to her already, and she found it really cute. She's coming up back from Florida to New Jersey, so can't wait to see her, and can't wait for her to open this so I can get my my Gigan. So, the other figure that I have here at my house is a Final Wars Gigan. I believe this is from like Bandai. This was actually in stores by me. Got them for $15 maybe. At most. But yeah, no, I love him. He was great for what I had at the time. You know what I mean? Like I thought he was a cool looking character from the movie, and it was cheap, so I got it for, I believe, an Easter. I believe I got this actually for a gift. I know I was seeing them I know I saw him in the stores, but I believe I got him as a gift, an Easter gift for my mom. So if she didn't get it for me, I picked it up. One or the other. I just remember always seeing him and wanting him, so I'm thinking she probably got this for me, but I was probably close to buying it. So yeah, not probably as accurate as, let's say, the X Plus figure, but I have little brothers and sisters, so this is actually perfect for them, and this is kind of how I got them into Godzilla, with figures like these, ones that they could play with. But he's one that I did take when I moved out. I left probably all my other figures there, so, but he's definitely one that I decided to keep here at the house. And finally, another thing I got at Chiller, this cute little postcard. Couldn't help myself. Have some other ones as well, but overall though, definitely, really liked it, thought it was cute, so that was kind of cool. So yeah, that's it. That's all I have for at my house right now. But yes, I'm going to be going to my mom's a little bit later tonight, and I'll be able to show you guys some more stuff. Like I said, I have some Trendmaster, so that's kind of exciting to take a look at now, having seen X Plus and then going to Trendmaster. So I'm excited to kind of look at that. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right. So I'm at my parents' house, so I'm going to be a little bit more quiet than I normally am. And I'm going to talk about two things that I have here. The first is 50th anniversary DVD. I left this here for the kids so that they could watch it. One of my favorites, as I said before in my review. I have the Blu-ray. There's no difference between the Blu-ray and the DVD dub, so whichever one you get your hands on is fine. The only thing I'm going to say about this one, and I think probably everyone's pointed this out, is that King Ghidorah is on the cover, and so is Godzilla. But yet, no Gigan. And yet, the title of it is Godzilla vs. Gigan. So, I don't know. If you go in the back, he's there. But at the same time, it's like, you're going to put him on the cover? It just doesn't make sense at all. And finally, my Trendmaster Gigan. Still in really good condition. I had two of these, actually. The first one had a red button like right here in the middle, and it would actually make a sound. So that was always really cool. My little brother or sister has it, so I don't know where it is right now. But Trendmaster is very unique. I think especially with their designs, they keep the overall basis of what some of them should look like. Don't get me wrong, they're way off on others, but Gigan is pretty close. Minus maybe the blue here. But if you look, he looks like Gigan. And for a lot of us, especially in the '90s, this was our Gigan. We didn't have like Bandai and all that stuff. Trendmasters was the way to go. So it's really cool seeing where we came from. I still think this figure looks great. I have quite a few Trendmasters. I have left them here for my little brother and sister to play with, because I do think that's a way to introduce them to Godzilla. So that's one reason why I'm doing that. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. Just a cool figure, all angles. Just one of my favorites, I would say. Yeah, but that's about it, and hopefully you guys enjoyed kind of seeing my little mini collection of little different things of Gigan, and stay tuned because I still have some more stuff to finish out the week. So, talk to you guys later.